everybody, welcome to the first day of Chapter 7. Today's learning target is I can solve a linear system by graphing. Okay, so let's talk about what a linear system is. It's a set of two or more equations with the same variables. Okay, so last chapter, or actually 2 chapters ago, we solved one equation. Now there's going to be 2 of them. And there's usually like a little squiggle bracket around it just to group them together. So how do we find a solution by graphing? It is a set of numbers that makes both equations true. And when you solve by graphing, it's the intersection of the 2 lines. All right, so let's see how to tell if something's a solution. All right, so example 1 here, it says tell whether the ordered paired is a solution of the system. And it must work for both to be a solution to the system. So if this is the xy, so 4, 1, you want to plug them in to x and y and see if it actually does equal 6. And then you want to plug it into the second equation as well for x and y and see if it does equal 11. It has to work for both of them in order to be a solution. So I'm going to pull out my calculator if I can find it, and I'm going to plug those in. Okay, so equation 1. So x is 4 plus 2 times y is 1, and it is 6. Okay, so they do work for the first one. Now we got to check if they work for the second one. So 3 times x would be 3 times 4 plus y, which is 1. That's 13, not 11. So that one does not work. And if it doesn't work for both, then that means that it was not a solution. All right. I'll do number 2 as well if you guys want. So we plug in -2 for x and 1 for y, and we see if it equals -12. And then we plug in -2 for x and 1 for y here, and we see if it equals 1. All right, so let's do it. So we got 3, no, is that a 5? 5 times x, so 5 times -2, minus 2 times 1, that one equals -12. So great. Now the second one. X is -2 plus 3 times 1, and that one equals, yay, 1. Okay, so because it worked for both, then it was a solution. Yes. All right, go ahead and flip it over. Now we're actually going to learn how to find the solution graphically ourselves. And guess what? Graph both lines and see where they cross. And that's the solution of the system. Okay, so number 1. We begin with the b. So you make a dot at y equals -1. And then the slope is -1/3. So you could go down 1, right 3, down 1, right 3, or you could go up 1, left 3, up 1, left 3. Now guys, I would recommend covering the whole graph when you do this, because you never know where they're going to cross. So that's line 1. And then line 2, we start at y equals -8, and we go up to right 1, up to right 1, up to right 1, up to, yay, okay. So as soon as they cross, you can stop, and that intersection point, that's your solution. And you write it as an ordered pair. So what is that? 3, -2. That's the answer. Okay, I'm going to do one more, number 2, if you'd like. If you feel good, you can stop and start the homework. So this one we're going to start at -4, and the slope is up 3, right 1, up 3, right 1, up 3, right 1. Again, I'm going to keep going. You could also go down 3, left 1, down 3, left 1. I like to cover the whole graph so I don't miss the intersection. Okay, that's terrible. That's line 1. Line 2, we start at 1, y equals 1, and our slope is down to right 1. Down to, oh my gosh, right away, we found it. As soon as it crosses the other line, you can stop. Okay, that intersection, write it as an ordered pair, 1 comma negative 1. And that is your solution. All right, awesome. Number 3 is a challenge problem if you're interested. I'm going to do it for anybody who wants to see it, but at this point, definitely feel free to stop and watch the start the homework. All right, so number 3 is harder because you have to get y by itself first. So like in this one, we'd have to minus the x from both sides. So it'd be 2y equals 8 minus x. And then you'd have to divide every single piece by 2. So that would be y equals 4 minus 1/2 x. And then line 2, if you solve for y, we'd have to add 7x to both sides. So we get 2y equals negative 8 plus 7x. But then we'd have to divide every single piece by 2. And you guys would get y equals negative 4 plus 7/2 x. And now it's what we just did. So the pink line, we start at 4 and go down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, or up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2. Okay, I think that's hopefully good enough. And then the gray line, we start at y equals negative 4 and go up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right 2, and right away they crossed. So our solution is right here at 2, 3. So that's your answer for that one. All right, awesome guys. The homework is on page 3 and 4, and feel free to get started on that. Thanks for watching.